days and 5 races are now complete, and we have officially passed the halfway mark of the SAP 5O5 World Championships here in Aarhus, Denmark. Hi, I'm Tucker Thompson, and welcome to day number 4. While competing at the highest level of a World Championships is hard enough, Germany's Wolfgang Hunger and Julian Kleiner have set the benchmark for the rest of the fleet with a 6-point lead overall. But there's still plenty of racing to come, and after a day off, the fleet is eager to get back out on the water as we join the action in the start of race number 6. It's a beautiful sunny day, and we've got northwesterly breeze about 10 to 11 knots. Perfect conditions for Francis Hervé de Cagariou and Basil Geron to get us started as the Rabbit. And so the fleet is on its way upwind. The left-hand side looks strong upwind, and that's where we find Great Britain's Ian Pennell just barely in front. He and Ian Mitchell have had a good beat, but just at the top of the track, it's Mike Holt and Carl Schmidt cross in front to take an early lead. In these light conditions, the fleet is very bunched up upwind and down. All week, SAP Analytics have shown us that there are multiple ways to sail these boats downwind, while the top 3 seem to sail the deepest straight to the mark. The technique pays off for Holt and Smith. They've gained on the downwind run as we head back upwind, and they head to the right. With almost 30 boats having gone around, our current regatta leader, Wolfgang Hunger and Julian Kleiner, are having the costliest race of the regatta so far. Mike Holt and Carl Schmidt still in the lead on the reach, but only just. They're getting pressure from behind from some of the very best sailors in the world. Having won 40 world and national titles, it's Ian Pennell and Ian Mitchell. Upwind, the game is still incredibly close. Pennell and Mitchell are on the leaders' heels, while our regatta leaders rush to try and catch up. Downwind, Holt and Schmidt have turned on the afterburners and are off to a commanding lead. They stay to the left side looking upwind, but oh no, in a surprise move, Ian Pennell and Ian Mitchell all the way from the right-hand side caught a puff of breeze. They've now pulled into the lead right before the finish. What an amazing performance for Ian Mitchell and Ian Pennell. They take the race. After a short break, Martin and Renier George start the second race as the Rabbit. The breeze has picked up a bit, which is good for boat speed, and the right-hand side seems to be favored early, as evidenced by the boats, who have set up to start later. Finally, the Rabbit is released, and the fleet is off in a fresh breeze. As the sun pops out, the breeze starts to fill in from the left. But ultimately, Florian Stauffer and Felipe Jacquat make the last shift from the right work first place at the top mark. Both corners of the course paid off, in fact, the left and the right, but the middle is where the rest of the crowd converges on this top mark. Including regatta leaders Hunger and Kleiner. Oh no! Ted Conrad and Brian Haynes find the envelope at the top mark, hit it, and flip to boot. After this morning's light air, the fleet is relieved to have planing conditions again. Back upwind again, the breeze is very even across the track, and the fleet splits all the way to the left and the right. It's a new lead change. The most successful Danish sailors here, Jørgen and Jacobossi Muller, have passed Stauffer and Jacquat for the lead. Downwind, our leaders extend, and what a view, 127 other 5-0s behind. For the front runners, life is easy. For those behind, every single point counts. Approaching the leeward mark, the fleet has to decide which way to go again, and it's tough to see the shifts on the water. At the top mark for the last time, it looks as though the Balsine Muller brothers, who have been undefeated in Denmark in their nationals, will be undefeated again if they keep this up. Done it, taking the race with ease. Today's races were challenging and unpredictable, with varying wind shifts and race lead changes, which makes consistency all the more impressive in a talent-laden fleet like this. But somehow, Wolfgang Hunger and Hunger Kleiner have managed to finish well enough in each race to just stay on top of the field. 2 more races will push them even more before we determine an overall champion. There's one more race on tap tomorrow, and we'll be there to bring it to you. Until then, I'm Tucker Thompson.